Welcome back to Satisfactory. I think today we need to do power circle blueprint and start a build. We might not finish it. I'm going to burn some of this turbo fuel. Our power situation's getting rough. Yeah. Oof, we're at 11,000 power and we're only making 10,000 power. And I'm rounding in my favor in both directions. So we need to get some power going. Burn a little bit of the turbo fuel. We don't have to burn all of it or a lot of it. Just, you know, a circle's worth. How done is this refined circle? Should I just use the refined circle and take out all the stuff? Yeah, there's not too much stuff here. Ooh. Let's save this as refined fuel circle, turbo fuel circle, and then we'll change the icon to the refinery. No, not to the refinery, to the power generator. And then we'll just carefully delete. I guess it could have been a little easier the other way, but we're here now and we're almost done. Plus we get the lights. Gotta have the lighting. We'll set this to red. Because you're burning turbo fuel, so why not? Looking good so far. All right. Power. Not a lot of room on here for this guy. And yet there's plenty of room. Problem is, if I do any other colors or any other... Yeah, you run the risk of major... How weird that That's what the black on black concrete looks like. And then, you know what? I would like it if each one of these had their own fluid buffer. We'll see if we can squeeze it in. And then we need... I mean, we should change this to be the turbo fuel color. What? I could put the power down here. Right on the edge. You know what? I'm worried about that being right on the edge. Let me put this here. And then we'll put this one kind of here. And that one connects to this one. I think that's about right. And under here, it's pretty straightforward. You just need simple connections. Then we'll split this. And that's kind of nice because it's... We're making containers. Let's get rid of some stuff so we're not making containers. And then inside of here we can put another little power situation. That's pretty straightforward. I think we're done. Why do I have this powering up here? That might be something from the previous build. Okay. I mean, I could check
I don't know. Have a good day.
something by the power tower itself. The problem is it's on the edge of the map. And getting the liquid out of here would actually be tougher than it should be. Right now I wouldn't mind because we've got way too much. I think we need to just use it. Right now we're not using enough turbo fuel. I mean, something over here by the aluminum factory has a draw. Mostly because it's water and it's easy to deal with the water. Unless the death zone is right here, then that's hard to deal with. We could also put something in this desert area. Ow. The swamp? I don't want to deal with the swamp. It is the coolest looking area, but it's also the most annoying to deal with. You know, technically there is some quartz over here that I might want. There's actually a lot of resources in the desert. But the question is, did I connect any power up and above here? Ooh, Mercer Sphere. Aha! I did connect power right here. This is a familiar place to do some building. There's a lot of hatchers. Way too many hatcheries. What do you think? One more? Then we'll pop back and put some power in. Let's put this right in the middle. Should I raise this up? I might want to raise that up. You know what? Let me raise that up. I had a thought there at the last second that it would be nice if we could walk around in some of our buildings. Maybe not all of them, but some of them would be nice. There we go. Now, blueprints, turbo fuel sector, and we're gonna build this. This is always, since it's a circular one, it's always a little different. Can I get auto connect? Well, it's starting off okay. The problem is that you try to connect these curved buildings, and it's always a question about, like, how's it rotated? I need to see what I should see when this thing is built correctly. Normally I would just worry about the beep, but the beep in this case is unreliable. I keep forgetting I don't have power out here. Turbo fuel power circle. How many of them does it look like we need? We're at 5 and we haven't even reached a quarter yet. So maybe a quarter is 6? So maybe a quarter is 7? $21, $24 at the most. We need a lot of stuff. Hold on. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. We'll go over here, and then we'll do a thing, and then we'll get the snipping tool, and then we'll hit new. Then we'll grab that from the page, from the game itself. Then we'll have that on the side so we know exactly how many things we need, even though we're going to have to empty Oh, you know what? I should have built my... Well, I've got a cannon over there. Always check to make sure you have fuel before you jump on a hyper cannon. You know how bad it would be if he hit you mid? Like right when you're in the hyper cannon, you get hit with a stone, throws you off course. Then you get thrown into some weird Unreal Engine confusion loop. We should be able to pop in here and grab some crystal oscillators. Not out of the machines, though, because obviously all the crystal oscillators we are ever going to make are always going to get used. Did I not leave myself a side source for crystal oscillator? Oh, there they are. I was about to say. We might be able to grab the copper sheets from over here as well. Grab a few extra so we can deal with the pipes. And there might be rubber that we can get from this box. That's actually really cool. I am happy with that construction. Well, it would help clean up what's going on here. We're a couple of uploads away, but rubber also needs a little help. Yeah, we're not using enough rubber. Let's see. So we got the sheets, the rubber, 400 engines. Uh-oh. That could be a problem. We're not exactly doing our creations evenly. Oh, we got motors. Luckily. I wonder if I had any rotors lying around over here. It would be nice. Actually, I need some frames. I don't think I need a lot of frames, but I'll just grab one. Quick wire of all things. We need a ton of screws to make a bunch of rotors. We're obviously not going to deal with that right now. But next time I come by, it would be nice to have rotors at the very least. Of course, all we're doing is hastening our power demise because we're activating more and more of the factory parts that are currently not in use. We got all the screws in place. It would be nice to have some rotor. Or I'm sorry, some rebar going as well. Perfect. Next time we need engines or motors, we'll at least have access to the rotors necessary to make them. Okay. So now we need concrete and, well, we need a touch of quick wire. We didn't get nearly enough boost. Quickwire's way over there. Of course, Quickwire comes up so fast. How much of it do we have? 642. And we need twice that. Actually, it might be easier, believe it or not, it might be easier to grab the quick wire from the computer complex. So let's go for the concrete. I don't think I need a full boost. Yeah, I was right. I didn't need anywhere near a full boost. We need industrial beams. Just over 500 of those. And then we need 5,000 more concrete. But I might get the full 6,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're off by a very small amount, which is annoying. I'd love to be able to get this all done in one trip. I guess we're in the we'll see how far it goes phase of the build. Like, maybe we don't need 24 more. Maybe that's just an overestimation of the number of the size of the build, as it were. I don't know that this is going to get us there. I might have to take another cannon over to the aluminum factory. This might not even get us there. There we go. I guess I need to remember to connect the power. Yeah, just easier if we build it from under here.
I don't know. Have a good day.
Uh-oh. Okay. Just worried that spacing wasn't working. Don't have to come back out here and put power on right now. I just want to have access to power. Just seems better. We're not halfway there yet. We're one away from halfway there. Let's grab some more stuff. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. We did not need to bring back all that rebar. We did in fact need to bring back more quick wire. And we need a touch more concrete. Okay. Oh wait, we've got concrete uploading. Let's swap that for the rubber. And then the only thing we need is quick wire. It's just a matter of getting it in on the right angle, locking it in, looking at this corner, and then nudging it. Every now and again we get a rotation. We have to stop to re-rotate. Well, we're almost at the end. That looks hopeful. Here we go. We're gonna have to find the end of this power. There we go. And you know what? For the purposes of fully understanding, I think I should count the number of generators. So we know exactly how many builds go into a simple 2x1 circle. After we get this power in. It is interesting because there's all this water right next to the desert, but theoretically these mountains could block some of the clouds from raining on that desert area. Sometimes you wonder if they went that far with it or if it was just they wanted water to block everything off, so they just put water in. One of the two. All right, let's see. How many are we dealing with? Might be easier to count the tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, I counted too many. So 6, 5. 24. You would think this would be a pretty straightforward way to get to a center. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. So that means the center block is 8 plus 1. Little bit of a center platform of construction there. And I think this one we can paint. And then the first thing, okay, so we got to think for a second. We've got 24 of these. And this is assuming we don't overclock. Ugh. Okay, let's run the numbers on turbo fuel. Turbo fuel satisfactory generator. So if I look at it, if I overclock all of these, I would get 18.75 fuel. Or I would use 18.75 fuel times 24. That's still not a full pipe's worth. I mean, we need to get power out here. We're obviously having issues. Let's just get power out to the center here. At the very least, we know we're going to want to get rid. Actually, you know what? I don't like that on that corner. I want that on the corner instead. I just think it'll look a little better. And white, just totally get rid of it. So the thought would be 450 per at a max. That's what we said, right? Yep. And then if I look at the production, I need a packer, unpacker. Good old packager. If I set that to unpackaged turbo fuel, 20 per, so 450 divided by 20, 22 and a half. Ugh. Okay, so those are gonna need some overclocking, but they're all gonna need overclocking, right? At our current speeds, we're only burning 7.5 per minute. 24 times 7.5. Oh, that's still 9 of them. Let's finish this up in the next episode. I think we've got the baseline in place. we'll call that done for this episode. In the next episode, we'll go in, we'll put in the unpackagers, we'll take the containers and toss them in here. We're not going to try to take the containers back. And then put a drone hub on top and probably have to put some more red lights on it and then call it. But we'll deal with all that in the next episode. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll see you next time.